Is this thing on?
Well, how's it going? We're back for season 2. Well, how's it going? Well, how's it going? I am. That was a terrible start. I apologise.
How's it going? Welcome back.
Well, how's it going?
Thanks.
That was terrible. That was so bad. Well, how's it going? Well, how's it going?
Well, how's it going? I'm not Ben. I'm Christian. I'm doing the intro.
Well, how's it going? Well, how's it going?
How's it going? We're back. Season 2.
That was good too. That was actually good. Well, how's it going? I'm here with Madison Phipps, Christian Karamanich, and my name is Ben Spiteri. We're back for another thrilling episode of
Reddit reacts.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring energy here, and
No,
no one's
I
giving me
didn't want to interrupt you. You were on a roll. You did really good.
You were doing well, and you never ever usually get it first time round.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
thought, I'm just going to stay quiet.
Like, you're in spectacular form. You know, you don't want to interrupt somebody when they're on a winning
I had a
thing.
coffee about 2 hours ago, so it's still buzzing through my veins.
How long does caffeine stay in your system?
What, do you only get quick hits?
Bro, I'll have a Red Bull and fall asleep half an hour later.
Oh, that's cooked.
No, I
3
wouldn't.
vodka Red Bulls on a night out, and I'm staring at the ceiling.
Stealing patrol.
Welcome back, Christian.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
Let's move
He's
on
back.
from stealing patrol.
We've had a
Christian's
month of
back.
Christian. It's felt like a lot longer.
Oh,
It's been a
Ben
pleasure.
and I have held the fort.
wait, is that a compliment or an insult? I can't figure out which one that is.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open to interpretation.
No, it's good for you to be back.
It is nice to be back. I have to say, I'm a little bit nervous coming back to recording, because obviously I was gone for 5 weeks. I've now been back for almost 3, and before that we recorded I think a week before I left.
Yeah.
So it's been over 2 months since I actually last sat down and recorded for this
And then
podcast.
he's back off jet setting tomorrow. So we've got him just in the nick of time.
That's
He's a
not
busy man.
that's not my fault. That's actually Madison's brother-in-law's fault. It's our ex-producer Macaulay,
on again, off again, producer Macaulay's
Our-
Bucks party.
our side piece producer.
The one that recorded a whole episode with no sound. Wait, was that Macaulay?
No, that was
No,
dumb.
that was Macaulay's episode. That was Dom. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was Dom. But Macaulay, when we had Macaulay producing, he did something I can't remember.
Oh, he did something as
He
well.
also recorded wearing an Arsenal jersey and a suit jacket and a cowboy hat. So
Yep.
very
we
memorable.
didn't have any video. I think the camera turned off or something for that episode.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've had so many technical difficulties,
Ah,
anyway,
that's
but
the
we
fun
try.
of the
We try our
game, isn't
best.
Yeah.
Anyway, point is, it's Macaulay's Bucks, hence
Yes.
why he's dragging us all to Gold Coast for the weekend.
Oh, God, we're going to have some. We should do a whole story time episode with photo and video insert.
I don't know if you've ever heard about what goes on Bucks parties. The answer is you probably haven't. There's a reason for that. So
I heard about a lot about the one that heard about a lot of the stories of Ben's Bucks party he went to last weekend.
I
And
thought you were going to say Ben's Bucks party. I was like, nobody knows what happened at Ben's
No.
Bucks party.
except the fact that he lost his whole suitcase and wore the same Qantas pajamas for 4 days in a row.
No, that was another trip to Melbourne.
okay,
That's-
sorry.
Yeah, I was about
That
to
was
say that.
different.
Was it that? Okay.
No, I just lost everything else.
Alrighty.
All right, Reddit. As usual, I have gone in and compiled some wonderful Reddit stories. I've actually been like balls deep in Reddit the last couple of weeks. So
Oh. Jesus.
I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I've made an official Over Finance Reddit page, like
Yes.
a Reddit account. Sorry, and I'm just been lurking in some of the finance and property and mortgage broker chats, just building up some karma, replying to a few people, and some of the stuff I've seen. I've got notifications turned on, and I just get like 700 Reddit notifications a day now. So
Oh
just my
my
entire life has
goodness.
just been Reddit. the last couple
Dedicated to
weeks.
Reddit.
No, honestly, I'm loving it. It is so
Gosh.
fun. Like some of the stories that I have come up, it's crazy. So anyway, this was a piece of
I'll
cake trying
start
to
sending
compile.
you my
some-
stories and you can post them on Reddit for other people to react to.
That confused me. What?
You can start putting Ben and I's crazy real
Oh,
estate
gotcha.
stories on your Reddit for people to react
And
to.
then we'll react to it on the podcast.
Yes. And act like it's not
To
our
react to
stories.
our own. Yeah.
Podcastception. All right. Anyway, moving on. First one. So one thing I noticed when I was compiling these, I came across this and I was very happy because we very rarely have Reddit stories that bag out the conveyances. It's usually the brokers and the agents. Yeah.
This one's about Daniel.
We've got one. We've got one. Poor Daniel. He was just here an episode ago. Give the guy a break. No, we have got one that bags out a conveyancer. Well, the post doesn't, but the comments rip
Okay.
in. So, is my conveyancer wasting my time? Is the headline, which is great. Hi, everyone. I'm a first home buyer and feeling completely out of my depth and overwhelmed with putting together this property offer. My conveyancer told me her turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours, and after reviewing the contract, she essentially just told me to type my custom clauses, like a 14-day finance condition, directly onto the contract pages myself. The contract is massive and confusing, and the pages she pointed me to barely have any space or are completely wrong for drafting legal conditions. I'm worried about messing it up, delaying the process, and missing out on the house. But I also thought drafting these legal clauses and properly formatting the contract was supposed to be the conveyancer's job. She's advised me that it was not her role, but rather the agent's. Am I missing something? Advice is much appreciated. Thanks, based in Victoria.
Oh my God.
I feel like it is too much of a grey area because you do get a lot of agents that will pre-fill things out, and then you get a lot of conveyancers that won't exchange and things like that. It should just be set
Well,
in scene.
realistically, no
This
one
is
but the
what it is.
conveyancer is allowed to touch anything outside of the box.
Hmm.
And then they're just like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you do it.
Cross that clause out.
Yeah, cross that out.
Yeah.
Do this.
I mean, even so, like, even some cases the agents do it. I get that, but like, if the customer has said, "Hey, I want this
Yeah,
on
no,
there,"
that's so
to the
wrong.
conveyancer, and they go, "No, you do it."
Yeah.
We've
Like, what is
had
this? Build a Bear workshop. You get a Lego set, build your own contract to sale.
I don't
What
even
is-
like touching them, let alone
Well,
getting
we've had a bit of feedback from like insurance wise that a case can be completely overlooked by your public indemnity insurance if you exchange the contract yourself. So I don't
This-
know. We're all
This particular post just sent me though, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, could you imagine paying someone whatever $2,000-$3,000, and they go, no, do it yourself.
I know.
And the comments ripped in. The top comment, the most upvoted comment was, "Get a new conveyancer."
Yeah.
And the original poster replied and they said, funnily enough, when I advocated for myself and questioned what her role was in assisting me, she said she was going to draft my clauses tomorrow as if she was doing me a huge favor. I'll be calling my backup tomorrow for an urgent review first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Do not exchange with that
I
conveyancer.
even think like 48 hours for them to come back to you. In this market, maybe, but if we were talking in a different market, you've missed out.
100%. It's
To
gone.
review it, let alone
Sometimes people are exchanging on the Saturday evening.
yeah.
Like, yes, you're
100%.
getting a cooling off, but you're jumping in,
Yeah.
you're showing
Yeah.
you're keen. You've got
Yeah.
someone to review the contract maybe on the Friday,
100%.
or you get Daniel who will review it that day for you.
He'll review it on Sunday for you.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So
He
then
doesn't sleep.
if
I
you can
heard a
exchange
rumor
on that
Daniel
Saturday,
doesn't sleep.
yeah, I would believe it. So
just with his
if
guinea
you're
pigs.
in a position to exchange immediately, you might get away paying a bit less because there's no time for the vendor to look at other offers.
I couldn't agree more. At the end of the day, this is just like the weird part for me is too, like, obviously we've always spoken about how our jobs, brokers and agents, we're incentivized by price.
Yeah.
And that means you inevitably are always going to get some brokers or agents who will prioritize certain clients based on what the transaction is worth. Conveyancers do not get paid a percentage. It's a
It's
flat fee.
Yeah.
Whether it's a $5 million purchase or a
Actually, I've
500,000 purchase, it's the same fee. So I don't understand
Yeah.
like what is it with this
I've
conveyancer?
been seeing conveyancers sliding scale. I don't know if all of them do it, but sliding scale of what the property's worth that they're conveyancing to what their fee is.
Interesting.
Ew. But that doesn't make sense to me because it's the same volume of work. Like, I don't understand how you can justify that unless I'm
I feel
missing
like
something.
unless they're trying to
but
say
that's the same as us, right? If it's a $500,000 property or a $5 million property.
yeah.
No,
It's the same
I
type of
disagree. I
property.
don't think it is at all. I think it's a lot harder to flog off a $5 million
Oh,
property
it's
than a
got more effort
500,000 one.
into it, but we still charge the same.
If anything, you're generally charging. Well, I was going to say, if it's like a $500,000 property, you might be charging 2% per se.
Mm.
On a $5 million property, you might charge
Sorry,
1.5%
every time
or
someone says
something.
the word per se, I think of that guy. Love on the Spectrum. Have you seen that? guy?
No,
He ends every sentence with per se.
Yeah.
That was
I am a
the
bit.
wildest like
I just
conversational segue I think we've ever had on this
I know,
podcast.
sorry. I just finished watching it and it's like fresh in my mind.
Okay, well,
Per se.
Per
anyway,
se.
point is, if your conveyancer tells you to do it yourself like it's a Build-A-Bear workshop,
Don't do it.
No.
Go find a
Definitely
new
don't.
conveyancer at that point. But I don't know whether
100%.
that's just laziness or I don't know what that is. But like, it was just, yeah. Anyway,
It does sound a bit
Doesn't
lazy,
sit well with
especially
me.
considering they're saying they'll do it the next day after advocating. Yeah.
yeah, obviously the
So
person. as
imagine
soon
how
as
many
you
clients
push
would just
back-
do it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's telling me to do it. I'll just do it.
Yeah.
And then imagine something goes wrong and then the contract's basically null and void because he breached whatever. Anyway, moving on. We're going back to real estate agents now, guys. You guys
Great.
will
We had
will-
one break.
you guys will love this story. To be fair, the headline is: Should I stick with my selling agent for property management? The never-ending conundrum.
Yes. Be loyal.
I'm currently selling my PPOR, my principal place of residence. It's a unit. We've already purchased a townhouse, so ideally we'd like to sell the unit first. Unfortunately, in the current market, we're not getting many inquiries. My selling agent has sold similar units in my building this year for good prices, so I know he's capable. However, during open homes, Saturday mornings and one weekday, he sometimes sends a colleague instead. I understand the market is slow, but I feel there hasn't been much urgency given we're now 6 weeks into the campaign and only have around 6 weeks until settlement on the new property. My lender has now suggested getting a rental appraisal to support our serviceability, as we may have to keep the unit as an investment if it doesn't sell before settlement. Today, I met with the agent who originally sold me this unit 3 years ago. He mentioned that if we end up renting it out, he could manage the property for 4.4%, compared to 5.5% charged by my current selling agency. I had a good experience dealing with him when I bought the unit. My questions are, is it common to use one agent for selling and a different agency for property management? Is there any advantage to keeping both services with the same agency? If you were in my position, would you go with the lower fee property manager you've had a good experience with, or keep everything with the current selling agent if the property ends up being rented?
You get what you pay for.
And then number 4, during open houses, I've noticed my selling agent is often on his phone unless someone approaches him. He does greet people and hand out brochures, but I don't see much active engagement with potential buyers. Is this fairly normal, or would you expect a selling agent to be more proactive during inspections?
1, brochures.
She's really picking on the.
I'm not coming back.
Brochures.
I'm not coming back next time, bro. I'm staying overseas. I'm staying in
He's
America.
really on his phone and handing out brochures. It's like when you go to Europe and you've learnt one word. You just say it the whole time.
You know what's crazy? You just had a segue into love on the spectrum when we're talking about campaigns.
Per se.
Anyway, so is it common? I mean, you guys will say yes.
Yeah, this situation I think is different. I was more thinking of if they had a property manager in place, and then they've gone to another
there's
agent.
obviously so many ways you could answer this.
Mm-hmm.
There is no benefits of keeping them in-house. Is it in the same agency? Is it easier? Yes, but there is no tenants
in
the property, so like you're not having to communicate with two different ends.
Yep.
Also, how does she know about them being on their phone? Is there cameras in the property?
Exactly.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird one for me too. I sort of read through this and I was like, well, I mean, realistically, if the selling agent, the whole idea is you're not going to be renting it out and having it managed for a long term
period of time. Yeah,
you're still trying to sell it.
Mhm.
The fact that there might be a brief overlap and you have to get it rented is fine. Like it's
if
not
it's
going to
a
be
long-term investment, and you might invest heavier into the right property manager and for what's going to fit your portfolio goals. But I think if it's for a short term, I don't think there's many issues.
Benefits.
I don't.
Well, the only issue I would say would be if you've got a property manager who's in there actively sort of managing and trying to get tenants through and whatever, blah blah blah, and then you've got a different agent coming through to run open houses for the sale. That could be a bit of a clash.
100%.
It would be a lot easier in that situation in particular for the same
but
agency
while it's
to be
vacant,
handling it.
why it's vacant or she's being owner occupied, there's not. Really.
Then there's no rule.
It sounds like they're not happy with the current sales agent really anyway. So
look,
I think you've lost hope. But
you might be up for another marketing campaign. You might be up for the cost of another marketing campaign, but go with the new property manager and the agent that sold you the property, really.
Yeah.
I don't
absolutely.
know. Like we've been on both sides of that conversation. If you're the current agent, it just sounds like they're not really happy with them. If you've got your property
managed somewhere else, yes, you should come to a different agent to sell it. But
exactly.
if we're managing your property, don't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Always.
It sounds like they like the 1.1% difference is really, we're talking $5 difference.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not going to make
it's not make or break. I think it's also just the case of like, well, it seems like they're actually just unhappy with the selling agent.
Yeah.
More than anything.
I think they're just put off by, I think they may just need a fresh approach. But also maybe if you're like looking at cameras or watching them that closely like a hawk, maybe if you're doing that to another agent, they may be doing the same thing. But
true.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, that being said, you guys run open houses all the time. Like, would you be more actively engaging with people as they come in?
Yeah, for sure.
Generally?
I mean, we're hoping to get our next listing out of the people that are coming through your phone. It's like every single one's like a job interview. Every interaction you have is a job interview, basically.
Madison obviously passes with flying colours every time.
Per se.
Yeah, she's not just handing out brochures.
Brochures, exactly. I'm doing the most.
This is going to be a recurring now, isn't it?
It is. It's going to stick for a little while.
Yeah.
All right. So next one, we have another real estate agent themed one. Sorry, guys.
Of course.
There's got to be a few. It's easy targets. This starts off by saying, how do you measure whether your agent is/was worthwhile? So I don't know if they're talking about as an agent, as a person, pretty deep and meaningful, I'd say. But they start off by then saying, not an agent bashing thread. Okay, great start. Thank you,
That's
guys.
what it's turning into.
It makes us feel a lot better. And it says, I know good agents and they deserve what is due. My question is more annoying than that. How did you know? I am considering selling for the first time and about to start looking for an agent, but apprehensive. So, for people who've sold, what did your agent do that you genuinely couldn't have done yourself or that clearly moved the price? And for any agents lurking, honest question, how do you demonstrate your value to a seller beyond the final number, given the seller can't see the alternative? Then, what feels the hardest? How can one predict that pre engagement? I might be overthinking this, but if your house sells for 1.1 million, you have no counterfactual. Maybe a different agent gets 1.15. Maybe you would have got 1.1 yourself with a cardboard sign
But
at the front because
maybe.
the market was hot. That one number that would tell you whether the commission was worth it is the one number nobody can ever see. And the fee structure makes it weirder. On a $1.1 million sale, the difference between a great negotiation and an average one might be $30,000 to the seller, but it's about $600 to the agent. The economics push towards selling fast, not selling high. Freakonomics covered this years ago with data showing agents leave their own homes on the market longer and sell them for more than their clients' homes. And that's where it ends.
I
Basically
think.
saying prove yourself.
Yeah, no,
Mason.
no, 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 no. I think that it comes down to you're employed to sell the property
Mhm.
for the highest and best price as fast as possible.
Mhm.
Everyone has a different objective. Some people are overachievers. Like some people want an unrealistic goal.
Mhm.
And I think that it just depends on every situation and every individual client. I think it's about going above and beyond with anything that you do. Like I'm not here to, say that I'm amazing, but
She's fallen into a rabbit hole. Someone catch
no,
her.
I'm just like, you do things that you're basically not employed to do that are going above and beyond. Like if a client wants to take a phone call at 1:00 in the morning, you do it. I have a client that's just had surgery. We're opening her house on Saturday. I'm going to make sure I go there half an hour earlier to do a bit of a clean for her so she doesn't have to pay for a cleaner. Like I feel like if you have the right agent and you have that communication with them,
I think
I
what
think
this
that's what
person's asking is how the hell do you know that up front?
you
You
don't.
don't.
It's hindsight is a beautiful thing.
Well, I would argue you do know because at the end of the day, most people pick an agent based on referral, word of
Yeah.
mouth. Someone talks to them and says, this agent was really good. So I think this whole thread to me, I found it ridiculous because it's like, well,
There is no way to know.
it's like with any profession, like with any job, any person that you engage to do a job for
How
you.
do you not know
How
the
do you-
person at Macca's if the guy next got your order that he was going to make your burger a bit better?
See, I was going to go, how do you know a barber's good when you go to get your haircut? We went to very different directions with that.
Well, I
But
just
same
think
thing, you don't.
hindsight.
Yeah, you got to try. You obviously get recommendations from
Yeah.
people. You read
But
Google reviews.
I feel like her
But-
transactions, he or she, the transaction's done, and she's thinking, "Oh shit, you obviously weren't happy with the offer that you accepted, and I think you've been pushed to take something."
No, this person's saying they haven't sold yet. They're thinking about selling for the
Oh.
first time. And-
I think it is an extra. What they're probably looking for is what I think a lot of agents probably don't offer. What they're saying at the start of that is that it's is it a quicker sale, and then mentioning that with the poll at the end of it, how do they leave money on the table? I think at the end of the day, it's someone that you feel like you can rely on, that you can trust. Like
Yeah.
I've had open conversations with prospective vendors at appraisals, and it's like blowing smoke up my own ass here, but you're too nice. Like we've spoken about that before as
Yeah.
well. They want someone that is going to lie to buyers
Yeah.
through their teeth to get them a better price. Like, okay, but how are you then sure that they're not lying to you as a vendor?
Correct.
correct.
Like,
And
it's not
At the
someone.
end of the day,
Yes,
not everyone's going to like your approach.
exactly.
And that's why there's
Everyone's got
different
a
agents
different
with-
approach.
yeah.
Every agent's got a different approach. Some people like
Like
the
I think
absolute
there's even
pit
agents
bull
that are
and the killer.
like softer, like and nicer than us.
Yeah.
And they do excellent in their
100%.
careers. There is different people gel to different things in different people's personalities, and that's why there is so many agents. Otherwise, there will just be one for each suburb.
The other thing that people seem to forget in this, I think this particular poster seemed to forget, talking about selling it fast and getting a lower price. Well, the agent does not have the power to do that. You make the final decision. So
and you also don't
to
know at that
point,
time.
it's not possible at the end of
No.
the day. They
Yeah.
can't sell it quicker because
You
they
need
feel
it.
like it. You have to agree.
Get a few appraisals.
Like it's
and see what the common denominator is on price, what the median price is. What price would you be happy to sell your home for? And don't let it go for less than that, unless you're getting
100%.
hardcore proof that it is worth something. Otherwise, if market, if it changes whilst you're during a campaign or I don't know.
There's a few comments on here, and the general thread of the comments was people trying to correct this person saying, well, no, there is a clear value add to real estate agents. Like this one says, it's not just the price and not always obvious to the seller. First time I bought, the seller's agent, or actually his wife who ran his office, helped save me from my own conveyancer. Conveyancer was making stupid errors, and as a young first home buyer, I didn't know what to do. Goes on, blah, 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 all the rest of it. But even little things like that, right? There's little value adds everywhere. You're dealing with a professional.
How many times do
Real
you
estate
see?
agents,
Sorry, you
I
go.
was going to say, you guys have your own pre sort of tried and tested marketing campaigns. You know the methodologies, what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
This whole what is it? Purple bricks? Is that what it's called?
Blue bricks? No, it's purple bricks. You got it right for the
Okay.
first time ever. What do you usually call
I
it?
usually say yellow bricks.
Yellow brick
Because I think of
road.
yellow brick road. That's
Yeah.
why bloody Mark Burris.
So, how many times do we see there is things like sell by
Sell
owner
by
or
own,
purple
yeah.
bricks? I'm sorry, but white real estate agents are still getting jobs. Like there clearly is a reason as to why selling your own home doesn't work because emotion is too highly involved.
Correct.
And it's awkward to talk money about something that's yours. That's why someone who's completely detached steps in the middle and takes care of it for you. How many times do you see a purple brick sign or something and then it's with an agent 3 months later?
Oh, look, I respect people that want to give it a go,
Yeah,
but
give it a
at
red hot crack.
the same time, there's a difference between I'm going to replace a light at home and then selling the biggest asset that you own.
Absolutely.
Like
It's-
you can screw up. All right, you might put the red to the black or whatever, and you switch it on and it trips the breaker. No
Yeah.
worries. I'll call an electrician.
Yeah.
This has cost me $150. At the end of the transaction of selling your home, you will not know if you left
Yeah.
$50, $100, $200,000 on the table. But that's also the same with agents. There's a lot of times where we'll have transactions that we potentially think there's more money out there, but it's a quick sale for the
Yeah.
owner.
And everyone
It's
has different
situational
reasons
for
why
them.
they're selling. Exactly right.
Separation, death, divorce. All right, yes, we're going to take the first offer that comes
Yeah.
through the door. Do we think that's the best offer? No.
No.
Do we voice that? Yes, but their situation
some people are
dictates.
more adverse,
Mhm.
risk averse.
risk averse than others. Like some people like, no, I want to make sure every bit of juice is squeezed out of this lemon. And some people are panicked that, oh my
Absolutely.
God,
If I don't take this now, they're going
I'm
to run.
never going to get another
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
It just depends on the individual. You cannot come up with an answer, I think.
No, there is no
in the
clear cut
politest
obvious
way
answer to
possible,
this.
that person sounds like they would be
Punish.
such a hard vendor to
Yeah,
deal with.
punish.
And not saying
Please
you
don't
wouldn't do
call
it, but
us.
at the same time, it's just like, are you looking
Okay,
for an
Ben loves
emotional
it.
attachment, or are you looking for someone to get the best result for you to sell your home?
This is the other thing people seem to neglect to realize. It's at the end of the day, it's a transaction.
Yeah.
It is.
And for the other person, a lot of the time, you're not always selling your house to a young family buying their forever home. Most of the time, you're probably selling to an investor or something like that, or someone who's upgrading. There's less emotion in it a lot of the time for the buyer than there is for the seller.
Yeah,
So
for
take
sure.
the emotion out of it. Simple. This next one's going to be fun. It's structural defects. I don't think we've had many with those.
No.
I don't think we've had
You've
any
had
with those
much
actually.
with builders on, to be honest with
No.
you. Yeah.
No.
We've tried. If anyone is a builder out there and does want to come on, we're very much open to it.
Dom does a lot of his own handyman stuff. By that logic, before people selling their own homes, Dom's
causing
could
the
be a-
defects.
Dom the
could be a-
builder.
Spent today shoveling soil, shoveling dirt. You really enjoyed it.
Mate, don't out him. He's got a government job.
There you go. I'm not going to comment on government jobs practically being compo, but anyway. Sorry. Major structural defect. Who is to blame? This is going to be great.
You.
Hi all. This is in WA too, so I don't know a lot of the laws in WA, but just in case anybody does,
They've got their own
don't
different
come
laws.
for me. It's WA. I don't know.
The other side of the world.
May as well be. Hi all. I have a problem that is stalling the sale of my house. We have accepted an offer and the contract has been signed. The only thing left was the building and pest. Last week, the inspection was conducted. The inspector found a major structural defect. The roof tie downs are not complete. We bought the property in 2020, but the roof was replaced in 2018. So the building inspector never picked this up when we bought the property. So now I'm potentially facing a bill of between $8,000 to $15,000 to comply with the contract of sale. So I'm wondering who the blame sits with, and is there any recourse or ability to have these costs paid by those involved? Obviously, the building inspector I hired in 2020 is at fault here. Perhaps the person who installed the new roof, which happens to be the previous owner who was an owner builder. He did supply all the building permits and certifications from our local
Just gets
shire.
worse.
So perhaps the shire didn't or wasn't required to check the roof was compliant. Anyway, it's a bit stressful at the moment with this happening, and any advice would be helpful.
Oh,
Thanks
he
very
sounds
much.
like
Sorry,
such a cute
Just
guy.
tracking back there, they purchased in 2018, then the roof was done in
No,
2018.
No, the
they
roof was done in 2018 and they
purchased
bought
in
it in
2020.
2020.
Yeah, so it's their person building.
Well, if
Okay.
your building and pest inspection was put into your name, you can sue the building and pest inspector.
But at the
on
end of
the
the
same
day,
token, though,
for
if-
8 or 15 grand, it's just like, just do it. Or
Yeah.
just
I
compensate
know,
the buyer?
but Ben,
like,
some people squirm over $50
Oh, I
to
get
get the
that.
building
I
and pest
fully get that.
inspector.
But we're talking,
inspection.
all right, WA, what, average sale price, 500,000-600,000. I'm
Depends
plucking
where.
figures
Oh,
out
no,
here.
if you're in Perth, it's going to be, it depends if it's a full, it depends what it is, where.
All right, let's just work on a $500,000.
Okay.
And 10 grand gets your sale across the line. You're doing it.
I'd argue if you're talking about a house with full roofing issues, if it's around Perth, which
Would
probably
you
is,
not just
probably
meet
closer to
halfway?
North, I'd say.
At the
end
of the day,
even
though,
less relevant.
this person's likes the house, likes the property.
Hmm.
They're gonna not buy it.
There's also an update. You want me to keep going?
Wait, can I just put? Yeah. I do want to
We're
hear.
jumping to conclusions, aren't we?
But at where we are at this stage, would you maybe look at going halvesies? Look, I want to get the property sold. Look, you want the property. You're gonna.
You'd open the negotiation there and then end up somewhere.
I
But-
would open it there, and
but-
I'd make sure the buyer knew, hey, this is also not my fuck up. Like,
Well,
make that
it
part
isn't,
clear.
but at the same time, it sort of is.
You gotta do
because
your own due
You've done
diligence.
your own DD.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your DD
DD.
was bad.
You
And
have a
yes,
bad
the
DD.
owner occupier
Yeah.
was a dodgy builder, but it is what that's few and far gone
Yeah.
now. Nothing
Maybe
you can do
even
about
get the
that.
building and pest inspector to chip in and go thirds. Let's just get everyone
Split it
in.
3 ways. You know what? Let's get the conveyancer response.
Get the conveyancer. Look, if everyone puts in $1, what's it? Something about light work. More hands equal light work.
All right, we're going to read the update because this update gets wild. Got another building company to do an inspection yesterday, and it's not great. 95% of the roof has no tie downs, and they have quoted 14 grand to fix it. They can also do the job within the next 2 weeks before the settlement date, but I need to make the call very soon to book in. I also asked this inspector what the chances were of seeking any kind of compensation from the 2020 inspector, and he said that it was often not worth all the effort, time, and money people have gone through to pursue it. The 2020 report said that there were low eaves and that insulation and aircon ducting that limited complete investigation. But there was no aircon ducting in 2020. And how did the 2026 inspection find the problem if it was that hard? I did use AI to see what my possibilities could be legally, but it did say the limited access point in the building report could cause problems. Either way, I need to make some decisions. While it wasn't the price I was hoping for, I do want the sale of the house to go through. So I have 2 weeks to fix the problem or not. Then there is the issue of whether I can get some help with paying the $14,000 bill. So the long story
Is there
short
an update
is
that the house burnt down?
no, that was the only
The
update.
old
That's it.
insurance job, option 3. I think what Matt
Also,
said's
why
right.
are they tying down their roof?
Oh, I had to double look then for a
Ben
second.
literally looked at me like this. Is she all right?
So it doesn't blow away in
I
the
did
wind.
double check.
Maybe in WA their roofs blow away. I'm not.
Would be
I don't
windy
know.
over there.
It would be windy, yeah. The
God.
westerlies. Ooh.
Anyway,
I think you're right. I would have rang the pest and building inspector and be like, "Hey, this is what's happened. I'm looking at suing.
Yeah.
Let's come
Look,
on."
start it off nice
I feel
first.
like,
Don't go
yeah.
straight to suing because I think he'll block your number. So start off
We'll
slow.
just get a then.
If he's a smart businessman and you float the idea of you pay half, I'll pay half because we both missed it and fucked up. If you're a
Well,
smart
no, I'm
businessman,
thinking
you'll take it.
thirds. I'm thinking bring the buyer in too because
The
they
buyer
really
rate.
want
The
it.
buyer is going to be. I'm wiping my hands.
But if they
No.
really want the property and there's not another one like it, it's in the location they want.
I'm telling that seller to go fuck themselves if they ask me for
Really?
money for that. Why the hell would I?
Do you know
pay for
what?
that? And no,
I'm not
chance.
joking. I'm only coming across because sometimes in these situations, I take it out of my cost to get a deal over the line at the end.
It doesn't hurt to ask. Is all.
It doesn't hurt to ask. There was a deal I did a couple of weeks ago, and the lady didn't want. And I know it wasn't going to be a deal breaker. The lady didn't want to buy the property unless the courtyard balcony was high pressure hose, and there was a few a few
Mhm.
cosmetic cracks, and she wanted them painted, and it was going to be about $2,000, $1,700, $2,000 out of my
God,
pocket
Nick's expensive.
to get the deal done. It wasn't Nick. To get the deal done, I just thought, you know what? It's either going to be $0 of
That's so
earning
good.
or it could be a couple thousand. Why wouldn't you just help out, going the extra mile? That's where your agent's worth it. Like I said, and I'm sure the agent would be happy to chip in a few.
Look, in this
pennies
case, I don't think the agent's covering the whole 14 grand.
No,
just
but
quietly.
more hands equal light work.
I don't know if that's quite the case when there's clearly clearly two people's fuck up, the dodgy owner builder and the building.
And from this podcast, and no one in future clientele ask me to help with your cosmetic renovation out of my commission.
Maddie will show up there with a hammer and nails. She's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
Anyway, I got one more for us, and this one is about mortgage brokers. I had to have one in there for mortgage brokers
That's
too. You
it.
can't just agent bash the entire night. Actually, we had a very diverse mix of stories tonight.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
You've done
a little
fine.
bit of
You spread it. Look at
Yeah.
you and your good karma on Reddit.
I know. Look at me go.
Have you commented on you recording our advice to reply back to all these
Yeah,
people?
can you send back a link?
Yes.
Imagine you cut it up and you
So-
send them a link
And
of
say
us talking about it.
it's us answering your
Hey, we
questions at
used your
16:32.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I don't know how much you're allowed to. In all these forums that I'm in, they clearly say no soliciting of any kind. So like, you got to be very
Well, we're
careful.
But you're
selling
not
the
a
product.
solicitor.
That's like the roof blowing off.
That one was better.
Per se.
Yeah, So say.
Anyway, all right. If we have time, I've got this one, and there was another one that I actually was commenting on. I was active in.
Oh, okay.
I've got it on here,
Okay.
so we can do that one too. If we
We'll
have
do
time.
that one as
Just
well.
depends if we have time because it's going to be a long episode. Interest rate dispute is the title of it. It says, apologies if this is not the correct sub for this. So we just bought a home. Broker confirmed in email that the interest rate will be 6.09%, but our bank app shows 7.44.
Ooh.
Checked with the broker again over text, got the same answer, and we were told it takes time for the bank to apply the rates they have brokered, but it will be done. The broker is recommended and is brilliant. Great service, and we trust them, but we're still a bit on edge. Is this a legit concern? What are my options? And he goes, update, I decided to call up the bank and they changed it to 6.45% variable. I didn't tell my broker about it. When they called, they said they were working with the bank, and for now, the best that the bank offered is 6.69 fixed, which now begs the question, what exactly did I even need the broker for?
Well, like all of them, you don't need them.
I think from memory, I actually commented on this one
Sorry,
too.
I was just
forgot.
bashing you, but it didn't.
No,
land.
I did comment on this one too, and my comment was along the lines of basically, well, at the end of the day, when you sign loan contracts, and I also screenshot some of these comments because the original poster went in and confirmed that the bank it was with ANZ, which is
Okay.
really relevant because I'd done more than enough loans through ANZ. I know their process inside out.
Mhm.
When you sign your loan contracts with ANZ, on the very first page, in the very first sort of subsection, it confirms what your interest rate is. And it says the underlying reference rate, which is the like actual contracted product rate, and then it actually has the discount and then the final rate post discount. So if you sign those loan contracts and it hasn't said the rate the broker told you, something is wrong. So I think what's happened, and I know
They've
from
effed up.
well, with ANZ, we can do custom pricing, right? So you put in a pricing request. And the way it works, when I load the loan into their system, I also load in the pricing details. They give you the percentage of the discount that they approved, and they give you a code, which verifies that it's an approved discount. And then it gets automatically applied at settlement. I've never once had any issues with ANZ applying these discounts at settlement, ever. So I think what's happened is the broker has fucked up and is now trying to cover their ass. And the comments basically all say the same thing. Everyone's agreeing, saying your broker is basically a sleazebag for this. Like, and especially because they say it'll change once you get to your first repayment. And it was kind of like, well, that's a whole month worth of higher interest.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay the bill for the extra interest that I'm
Again,
paying?
the broker should be coughing up a penny or two.
Absolutely. And the comments all pretty much said along. So I actually got. I remember now. I commented on this one first, and I didn't know what bank it was at the time that I commented. So I just sort of said, look, check with your broker. I also said if they've given this to you in writing, they're liable. They confirmed in writing that the rate will be this. And if it's not, and you're paying extra, they fucked
But
up.
does it come back a little bit on them for signing the contract and not reading over it, doing their due diligence?
Well, I would argue if you trust your broker, which you should, then you're not overly worried.
Like,
but
I think I just did my own loan documents at home on my dining table and just hope for the best.
Yeah. See, I mean, look, ANZ used to always be physical paperwork, so I used to actually go take
Yeah.
the paperwork to clients myself and get them to sign it.
Yeah. Mine
now
with
they do-
Combank's been hard copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now they do e-sign. All the
Okay.
banks now do e-sign. They've all evolved to that point now of digital signatures. So it's a
Good.
bit different. Like it's, you know what I mean? There's less reason for
It
me
just
to go
takes you
see
directly to the
clients.
page you need to sign it
Yeah,
off.
click, click, click.
Yeah.
So I think the issue is that. I think this person would have basically just gone click, 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 click.
Yeah.
and
Trust
not
their
actually
brokers
read.
looked over it.
Yeah.
Not risen any
Which
red
it's
flags.
nice that you trust your broker. I would argue the
It's
broker.
nice, but it's not
80%
always
fault of the broker,
great.
20% of the client.
Yeah.
But even so, it's really sleazy from the broker. Like you've clearly made a mistake, and the clients have caught it and called you out on it. Deal with it. Take ownership and say, "Yeah, I fucked up."
I effed up.
And this unfortunately happens a lot and leaves very bad taste in people's mouths. So this person went and called it back themselves, got it dealt with themselves, and gone, "Why even use the broker?"
Yeah.
And I hate that people end up feeling that way because it's like, well, it's
They're like real
obviously
estate
I
agents.
always
They're not
feel
all
like
bad.
I like this is a very broad statement, but from a broking perspective, there's nowhere to pocket for the client. So what do you like? There's literally no fee associated with it from the client's perspective. If I'm not
Correct.
wrong,
Correct.
if I deal with you or if I walk into the bank, walking into the bank, I'm only going to get the products from that one bank. I
Correct.
appreciate that, but if we ended up on the exact same loan structure,
Mhm.
I'm not paying any more to use your services.
Correct. And in theory, it should be easier.
So,
The problem is a lot of people end up getting really turned off brokers because they get service like this.
Yeah.
And they end up having to fix the broker's fuck ups. And that's wrong.
yeah. I have always seen it as, why would you go and see a bank for one product when you can go and see a broker for
Mm.
multiple?
Correct.
Is
It's like
my
walking
point.
into like a Woolworths or IKEA.
No,
I-
it just ain't.
No, because you're only getting IKEA products at IKEA, but at Woolies you can have
well,
every other brand.
Yeah. No,
Sorry,
I
I
get-
didn't
I
know
get-
where else to compare it
No.
to.
look, I don't know if it's the greatest comparison per se, but you know what's funny? I actually there's another one I commented on, and the post. I can't remember what the post itself was about, but I made a comment somewhere in my reply along the lines of, there's a reason more than 75% of people use brokers now, which is an actual fact. We've gone past
Wow.
3/4 of the market now uses brokers.
Wow.
And some person, I got the notification saying someone replied to your comment, and I could see in the notification in the
Oh, it's gonna be a
it-
rip.
no, it basically said, "Oh, on what planet do more than 3/4 of Australians use brokers?" Like saying I'm wrong. And I went to go open it, and the comment had been deleted.
He
I
did,
was like,
he did a fact
"Better
check.
check
He did his
that
own
afterwards."
due diligence.
Switched up on himself.
Yeah. Look, do we have time? We're about 36 minutes in. There is another one. Like I said, this is one I was
Okay,
commenting on.
rapid
and active.
react this one.
Okay. The story itself is wild. I was sort of sat there reading this and I was like, oh, I'd be gutted if this happened to me. But is it okay to change lender and mortgage broker after already signing loan contracts? Long
Oh,
story
You
short,
should just react to this one.
long story
we
short,
know people that have done this.
I mean, I commented on this one. I can show you. I got down and dirty in
gave
these
your
Reddit,
hit
Reddit
list.
comments.
You've just uploaded your burn ball.
Everyone, here you go. No, so long story short, I found a better offer through a mortgage broker. I engaged by word of mouth, and I want to switch if this is okay. I've already signed loan offer with one lender through mortgage broker A. I'm financially ready and waiting for settlement. I came across another broker B, who came up with a slightly better deal. I spoke to my conveyancer, and they seem to be okay to switch the lender. We still have plenty of time before settlement. I'm just wondering if this is unacceptable and if it looks bad from the broker point of view, or if this is nothing unusual.
But like you really
it'd
don't
hurt.
care. You don't really care about their feelings if you're contemplating it,
Yeah.
clearly.
Also, does the bank charge a penalty for cancelling the loan after signing loan documents? I couldn't find any clause in the terms.
Maybe
and
this is one for you to
conditions.
educate.
Well, I did. I replied and I said, I replied.
Yeah,
Look,
good.
I've got a
happy.
full Reddit profile. It's me. I said, hi there, broker here. There is generally no penalty in switching lenders after already having signed loan documents. However, some lenders do have application fees or upfront valuation fees. In some cases, they usually waive these if you settle a loan with them, but they could charge
Mhm.
if you cancel. Just check with the bank themselves. I then went on to say, from a broker point of view, to be fully upfront with you, I would be gutted if this happened to me. So not because you're doing anything wrong, so to speak, but because I would have loved the chance to talk to you about why you're switching and see if there's something I can do to keep your business. Said it's a competitive industry and brokers are fully aware of that. Personally, I try my best to build strong, long-lasting relationships with my clients, and I'm always very appreciative when my clients come to me before shopping around. And then I've cut off my own comment and I can't find the rest of it. I basically made a comment to also, like the last part of my comment was to say that this broker A will now get paid. If you do switch, they get paid nothing. Like they put all that work in, they only get
Yeah.
paid if you settle the loan. I said, I think you owe it to them to
Looks
at
like
least go back
us.
to them and say, this is what the other brokers
The same
offered. What
thing.
can you do?
We work for 90 days opening it, and they switch agents and they sell it first week on market with a price reduction.
Not even 90 days in some cases. You just give it up.
Sometimes it's 11.
What's crazy as well, so the original poster never replied to my comment as far as I know, but this other guy replied too, and I was like, you could sort of tell by the way he was typing, he's obviously also a broker, and this is his response to my comment. So he's now on my thread. He goes, they are absolutely doing something wrong. If they wanted to shop multiple brokers for some reason, they should have done it that at the start and been upfront with all the brokers about it. Changing brokers now is a scummy thing to do.
It's scummy, but do you want to save a buck or do you
As
care
if-
about a
as if
rando's
that-
feelings?
The original broker A found the post.
Yeah.
Wait, it full could
You
be.
are scum.
Because it's an anonymous account. And I replied again. I said, look, I think the original question was more so around the legality and the financial impact, not the morality of switching. And I said, I agree with you. It's not a great thing to do. I feel like saying to him, bro, we're on the same fucking
Sure.
team, bro. Like, why are you coming after me?
Yeah.
I was just trying to word it better because I've got
Friendly
my actual
fire.
business name on here. Literally, friendly fire has been activated. And the same guy commented as well further down the thread as well, like an actual comment himself, basically saying, the first broker probably customize a package to suit your specific situation and needs. Even if the rate was slightly higher, it probably still saves you money. Second broker probably just found the first loan with a
He's the
slightly lower
broker.
rate. The first broker has completed hours and hours of work for you without charge or good faith. Instead of discussing the details of the new loan, you are planning on dismissing all of that. Sounds like you deserve the second broker.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
this
gosh.
is a job that comes down to you do not get paid until the letter stamped.
Yeah.
Like it is that, and there's always risk that you are going to put hard work in, and it's not going to pay off. Like
Exactly. We all know.
And look,
We all
that's
know
why I
that.
said in my comment. Look, at the end of the day, if you want to switch, you can switch. Nobody's stopping you. There's no it's not illegal to go switch.
Yeah.
But on the same token, if you want to, I view it as I don't do a transactional basis.
Yeah.
I want to build a relationship with people, right? And if you have that rapport with your customers, they won't go behind your back like that. Or if they do get a better offer, they will come and talk to you about it and
Yes.
give you the chance to rebut and go, no,
Yeah.
wait, I can do better. It's cool. I mean, in that same logic, if it takes a second broker to then get a better offer on the table,
I
it's not
know.
gonna happen in the
It's
first
like,
place.
why
But-
didn't you do it in the first place? Give me the
Exactly.
best deal in the first place.
Which again, it's sometimes
It's like when you go for a market appraisal, give you commission, be like, but this agent gave me this, and you're like, oh, fine, I'll match it. But you're like, well, why couldn't you do that why
Yeah.
didn't you do that in the first
Yeah.
place?
It's
let people
exact
shoot
same
each other's kneecaps out. That's all
See,
right.
drop your pants.
Yeah, good on them.
Jeez Louise. All right.
Is
Anyway,
that is that not the right thing to say?
Probably not. No.
Sorry, everyone.
anyway, there's a few good ones.
It's a
in
Troy
there.
boy saying.
Point is, I'm loving Reddit. Reddit is great. I've been so active in Reddit lately, and it's so much fun.
Kara's
Um,
home.
I love it.
Kara's
It's-
home. He's got a new fixation.
It's all right. If I come across more like that, I'll get off the Lover one and go
If
on
it's
my
got
anonymous
if it's
one.
got
It's
enough
fun. It's-
PlayStation for a while, like I'm happy for you to be
She's
on
petty.
Reddit.
No, I do both.
Yeah.
In between games of COD, I'll sit there and I'll reply to Reddit.
Oh my god, it's even worse.
No.
Dom's probably heard every single one of these stories in the last.
He
week.
showed a couple. Yeah.
How's this, Dom?
Dom loves it. Dom actually does love Reddit too. But anyway,
Gosh, on that note,
Okay.
wrap it up. Wrap it
wrap
up.
it up. All right.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
All right.
Thank you
Welcome
very
back.
much.
Thanks.
Welcome back to me. Thanks,
Christian.
guys. Great to be back.
Ciao.
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 Everything presented in this podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only, and all advice is to be considered general in nature. It does not take into account your personal circumstances and financial objectives. Please consider if this advice is right for you and look to consult a financial professional.